Alrighty, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. We are back with the voice. Yeah, I'm able to provide commentary now, thankfully, and in not too much further distance of a future, the new video card will be here and I'll actually be able to record and you guys can see me talking and all that sort of stuff. It might be easier sometimes to understand. Alright, so let's get into it. What have I been up to the last little bit? Been working on the nuclear frigate. So, it's getting expensive, this thing, and we're not even close to being done. I love it. Look, I'm already getting the warning that it has large shapes. Okay, so these turrets. Ooh, it's getting slow. They are radar controlled. Alright. So, they can now actively, yeah, look how slow I'm going. They can now actively track targets. Holy moly. That's hold down. It gets a little slow. So let's see. So you can sit in the seat. I still have to... Okay, no, all the cameras are connected. Camera D isn't connected yet. Alright. So you can unlock the gun. Move it around, and then you can tell the radar to track it. The radar is set up to extremely short range. About a half a kilometer, but anything that comes close to it, it'll actively track, and you can shoot it and everything. So what I'm going to do is just work on the screen. It's going to give you stats, ammo. Maybe we'll have a crosshair here. I'll put a laser pointer on it so you can see the distance of the object that you're shooting at. Just basic gunnery stuff. That'll be cool. We've already gone over the drone station, and then the helm. Not much has changed on the helm. Alright, looks like the game has caught up a little bit here. We're moving a little bit faster. Right, so the main deck, we have a med bay. You can see, let's see, I'll go over that after. And then let's go the forward bay, which is where we have our two boats. That was a little boat that I worked on. I think I'm going to make them a bit longer. I know I have a little bit of room there to make it longer, so that'll be coming up. Like I say, I want to put this thing on the workshop, but there's just a little bit left before I'm able to do that. Then we come down here into the forward section. These are just rooms. I don't think the electricity is connected. Yeah, no, I'm still just bringing that through. So yeah, like this, just the bunks, right? Maybe there will be a captain's quarters I'll put on there. I'm not sure. And then we have the armory. So this one here is 3332 is this code for this side. Some grenades and some C4 and whatever. And then the three different types of body armor. And then on this side, this one, 3333. Same thing, we got three different types of body armor. We got grenades, guns, ammo. Yeah. And then up at the front here, I think I showed this, we have the galley, right? So the sinks, I made these ovens. I'm going to do something else. These eventually are going to be painted blocks. I'll just paint them into cabinets, so it looks kind of neat. I made the burners. What do we got here? 3 burners, and then, of course, the lights. And then the coffee pots. I thought the coffee pots were cool. I thought about maybe putting a blue line here down the center. Yeah, let me know what you think. Yeah, alright, so that's that. I think this will turn off the galley light. Alright, then we can come into the back. The rear area here, this is going to be... This is the missiles in there. Okay, this is the nuclear room, the piston room, engine room, whatever you want to call it. The active stabilizer is in here, so I'm going to say something about the active stabilizer. You can see the ship is swaying back and forth. That's the stabilizer keeping us upright. I noticed that in Stormworks, when you build long, skinny ships, depending on, they can be really hard to balance. Like I put a, how can I describe this? A weight block on the center of gravity. I'll put one here, it'll list this way. I'll get rid of it, I'll put one here, and it'll list that way. So there's no way that I can balance it, right? We're plus or minus 10 pounds on either side of the ship. So I had to put the active stabilizer in it just to keep us upright. Oops. Should be able All right, well, I'll have to fix the ladder. There's the door up here. So, oh man, come on, really? Let's try one more time. One more time. One more time. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah, there we go. I had to jump. Yeah. So that's, I'll have to be, I'm going to move the logic inside. That's pretty much where we're at. There's a crane here on the back side of the frigate. So this will be used for lifting the, crane out. Oh, I guess I have to unlock it, right? Alright, so I haven't added the unlock button for the crane. But essentially this will come out. The top part of the crane slides out. Because it stops here, right? And then that way, if the helicopter crashes, we'll be able to rescue it. So the next thing I need to add is a diving room. We'll need a Navy diving room. And that's either going to be in the back here, or that's going to be in the very front of the ship. Yeah, and then the cruise missiles. That's the last thing. Cruise missiles still have to be installed. So I'm going to put out a video for that, explaining the cruise missile. They're complicated. They're pretty much like the helicopter here. Each cruise missile, so yeah, that's where we're at. I've got the outside lights. Oh, looks like there's one painted block there. I still have to turn over. All right, and then I was just working on putting in these touchscreens. So what that does, that turns on the lights here. And then our hold down in the back, right? That's where the frigate is from. And then I might have another decal or something. Oh, and then these lights here. So that's what I'm working on right now, is getting the touchscreen in, getting the autopilot in, and making it ready. Let's see. So if we could bring the, there we go. Stabilizer is automatic. And we'll just shoot away when it's ready. Yeah, so without the active stabilizer, you see it lists a little bit, but I'm not able to keep it upright. It'll actually, and that just has to do with the width of the ship. You see, it's long and narrow, so I'd have to make it a lot wider. But if I'm going to go that route, we're changing it right from a frigate, I think, to a destroyer. And I don't necessarily want to do that. I like that it's nice and thin. Yeah, so that's where we're at. And then also I need to hook up this gun as well. Is going to have its own seat. So it's coming along, yeah. So all 4 of these guns are radar controlled now. They'll lock on independently and shoot missiles, helicopters, anything like that. So anything that gets close to the ship, we can lock onto and destroy it. And then this turret here, I'm going to have another. So we need 2 more stations. We need the cruise missile control station, and I need the front gun station as well. So I'll probably work on that today. And then hopefully by this evening, maybe I'll upload this to the workshop and you guys can check it out. Now it does capsize, all right? It doesn't really, it's just the way the ship is. It does capsize. Most of my ships don't, but I was having troubles with this one. I just couldn't get it to, just couldn't get it. So I'll work on it. I'll keep working on it. But the original design was a diesel vessel, and the diesel sits in the bottom of the boat, which provides stability. Now we're using the reactor. So I was debating on whether I should put the stabilizer in or whether I should just fill the bottom of the ship with seawater. And I haven't tested that, but that's what I'll be testing out here as I move on. Yeah, we're fast. This thing's really fast. Like it cuts. This is meters per second. That's 22 meters per second. So I mean that's like 32, 33 knots. So it's where we want to be. We're stable. We're pretty stable. You know, it'll turn sharply without capsizing. That's no big deal. But thankfully to the stabilizer. Yeah. And I mean, that's just the thing, right? When the waves pick up, you just have to be careful. You can't be cruising through the water at 30 knots when the waves pick up. I typically slow down, I would think anyways. See, I'll do 100, and you gotta be careful. Yeah. So if you slow down in the waves, this thing cruises. It cruises really nice. And I mean, even at that speed, what are we doing here? We're doing about 13. That's almost, that would be our top speed, 13 meters per second on a high speed. Otherwise, you start hopping waves, and then the wind will grab the bottom of the boat, and it'll start to throw you around. That's just the way Stormworks is, so we gotta watch for that stuff. Yeah. So, we're almost ready to test this thing out to see if we can attack. Now, I haven't done much of the weapons side of Stormworks, so I'm sure there's tactics and stuff, right? You can't just sail this thing into battle and expect that it's not, you know, you could still probably sink. I would gather. Like there you see, I almost tipped there, so you kind of got to be careful with your turn. Yeah, but that'll be also coming up. Maybe this weekend I'll do a test here to see if what kind of tactics we need for this guy. Yeah, so thank you so much for your interest in this build. I've had a lot of fun. We're getting close. Then the radar. So if we went through our list of things to complete, we need to complete the radar. We need to add the cruise missiles. We need to finish installing the gunnery station for the forward cannon. And then we need to code the gunnery controls, right? So we need to be able to read all the data, the tracking data, distances, any of that kind of stuff, right? All the technicals for the ballistics. And maybe what I'll try and do is see if I can get a calculator in there, which will allow us to calculate our effective distance when we're using the forward gun. Something like that. We'll see anyway. Something like that. A few technical things. Oh, and then we're also going to need a diving area, just in case we need to do a recovery underwater, or if we want to use that part of it. I don't know. I thought maybe I could put some doors in here in the nose, and maybe they would open up underwater, kind of thing, and then that would give access already. You know, if we're here, you know, 100 kilometers, 50 kilometers off the coast, we can stop. We can stop like that. And then what I'll be able to do is I'll be able to open the doors in the front of the ship, and that'll give divers access to the sea without having to be exposed. I think that'll be really cool. Yeah, so that's coming up. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. You guys are awesome, and I will see you in the next one.